So in this video we'll add basically this invited users list and all these things, so user can see how many users we have already sent the invitations and all these things. So invitation will be sent means from business, okay, and particular sent by whom and all these things. So right now we just have button and model and all these things, but we are not saving into this database or something, so we'll have to store into database. So I will just create php artisan. I will create a model, php artisan make model, and this model will be invitation. So how many invitations will be saved? It will be saved. So I need a migration, so controller model controller will not be needed. We'll use livewire component, same livewire component. So invitations table will go to this one, migration, and then we'll add this table. Then basically I need this business ID first, so business ID will be there, okay, and then basically we'll add email and all these things. So name will be needed. We can keep the name actually, but we can add if needed. So name, email, then we can add a mobile number too. So if they want to send this, we will remove this unique thing that is not required. So it might happen same user can be invited by multiple businesses or many times, so let it be. So name, email, then mobile, then particular business ID. So and send by basically. So which user has sent that particular invitation, so we can just save this user ID, and then created updated date will be there, so no issue. Name, mobile, email, and business ID, user ID. So name we can make optional. Should we make optional? No, let it be name should be there actually. But if some user just want to add the email or just want to add mobile, so this should be nullable. So if they don't have mobile, they just have only email, or it might case they have only mobile, they don't have email. That might happen, but right now we are sending mail, we are not sending SMS, so that time we can make email also nullable. So name should we add or not? So let's not add name, okay. Only email we will add, mobile will be optional, so I will just make it nullable. Business ID, user ID, who is adding that? So right now I will not make any change to form or something, just will add these things. And let's do php artisan migrate. So this table will be created into database. So this table created email, mobile, business ID, user ID. Now when we are sending mail, we have to add these things. So in invitation, protected $guarded, so we will guard this ID column, or we can just make it fillable and add that email, mobile, and other fields. Then we'll go to this livewire model, livewire component. So we have this one, invite. So here we will add that. So use app orders / invitation. So whenever I send invitation, so it should add that. So send invite model, we are calling this particular mail, and then basically we can save that. So dollar invitation equal to invitation, then create. In create will add the data, so data will be first email, then we'll have to add this business ID. So business ID will come from session business ID, and then we'll add the user ID. So user ID will come from authenticated user. So auth user ID. Okay, then we'll have to add this auth use auth. So it will save this one, and once this is saved, so we can load up the invitations. So $this, then invitations on, basically when we add this invitation. Okay, so we'll just add into this one render method. Okay, so this, then invitations equal to invitation, and then basically paginate 10, and we have to send this compact invitations. Okay, we'll see it's working or not. So for wave also I will add this. So in invite I will just loop through. Before dialog model will add this div, and we'll add this for each loop $invitations, as $invite at the end for each. And right now we'll just show email $invite, then email, and one more thing can be shown. So we'll show, I will have to add the proper table. So let's see where is this error. So auth user ID, so we don't need that semicolon in invite. Let's see what is the issue now. Return view expected. Okay, semicolon should be here. So invite user test at .com, send invite. So it will take some time. Invite mail sent successfully, but it doesn't add it that data. So let me check what is the issue. Validate email, then okay, in email we are not adding this data, so that might be the issue. So we have missed that invitation. So I will just add this email here. So $validated equal to validated email. Okay, I will just add data first rather than sending invitation. So this data will be here. Okay, let's refresh this one. Okay, we can see this email is coming. Now I can remove this DD invitation, invite at the rate something dot something. Okay, this second data is also here. Now I will just show this into a table format. So in here I will add this table, then tr email date time should be there, send at, then we can add some action here, and then I will just add tr, td and all these things. Okay, so here I have made mistakes. Tr should not be here, so I will control F and will make this as td, replace, and we'll make tr before this one, and same thing I will copy it here, and I will just add these things, like one is email, then when we have seen that, so invite, so it will be updated, it will be okay. I'll just add created at, and then format ymd or dm, whatever the format you want. Action, we can just add resend option, so x secondary button is there, I think secondary button, let's check, resend, okay, it's there. So tr is closing, but table is closed before the loop, so I will just add it here. Okay, now, so this is how it looks. One is this blank email, the first we have sent, so that's why it was not showing actually. Okay, now I will just make this class with full, then class bg slate or gray 100, this bg is there, okay, this is there, but maybe that color is same to this background. Okay, now for this tr, okay, I will make this full table at bg white, let it be, and then basically we'll have to add p2 p3 and all these things. So right now we are doing for all this trtd, so we can create a component, separate component for this table, row means tr and td, so that same classes can be used and consistency will be maintained. So I will just write now, for now, we'll have to do that later. So I will just replace all this starting TDs in this class. Okay, let's see. So this is fine actually for now. MT6. Okay, on resend button basically I can send that invite again. So wire click, then resend to basically this particular email. So we'll add this function. So in this invite, I will add this resend button. So public function resend, then here will come email. Okay, we'll do one thing. We will add this, then email. Okay, so equal to this email, and then basically we'll just call this function, and it will add again one more entry and all this thing. So you might be asking why we are doing this. So basically, if I have sent this invitation to this particular event and I have clicked this resend, if I don't create new entry, I will never know how many times I have sent this email to this particular email and all this thing. So to keep this all the records whenever I have sent that invitation, we can do one thing, we can add some other table or all these things, but we can use the same table. So whenever I resend it, it will go to this email and it will be added into same table. So that is a good option actually. So we have sent this email to this particular. So blank email should not be there. Actually blank email validation, it was correct, but we have added that wrong entry here, means we haven't added here, we have added that blank, that's why that issue were there. So otherwise there is no issue. So now invite user will work. If I want to send a new user, I can send invite. Basically for the same email I can send again invite, there is no issue. I can use the same email manually also, or there is one option key I have already sent, so rather than typing I can just click this resend button, it will go. So right now we have just email. Basically in future we can add name, mobile number and all these things. So on mobile number we can send that particular SMS, or one more thing we can do, that particular user, means particular name can be used into sending that particular hi, that particular name, so template can be created likewise. So in that time this resend will be useful, means they don't have to type all these things, they will just click resend and it will go. So now we have done this invite user list, then subscription is already done, roles we have already done. Now we haven't done is we haven't added the permission for this particular role. So this role will have that particular, what are the permissions will be given. So invite user, subscription, this settings and all these things, permissions will be added by default by system, and we'll see whenever we add a feature, we'll add that permissions into this permissions thing, and that can be added into that role. One more thing we can do is, while inviting user, we can add that particular role, or which role you want to invite that user. So whenever that user accept that particular invite, so it will be auto assigned that role. So that means this admin or some other person will not have to redo that. Once the email is joined, once the user is joined, then again then assigning that role. So while inviting only we can add that roles. So first we will add that permissions and all these things, and then basically in invite role we will add that role, for which role you want to invite that particular user. So this role will be assigned when that particular user accept and join the system. So one thing I have missed is I will have to add this particular thing. uh, while adding this invitations and all these things, we'll have to add that scope. Otherwise every user can see all the invitations sent by other business and all these things. There is no conditions we have added. So while getting this invitations, so this particular invitations, we are just adding this paginate and all these things. We don't have that where particular business ID and all these things. So rather than adding it here, we already have created this global scope and we will use the same. So we have already added this global scope in roles. So we'll add the same into the invitation. So I will add just here, and then basically we'll add this scope to buy. Okay, so basically only the users who have access to that will see that. So let me just try. So this is working. Now I will try to make changes into particular business ID, so other business will not be shown. So I will just go to this MySQL, and we'll see this particular invitations. So in tables I have this invitations. Okay, now we have this business ID 333. Suppose this business ID is 2, means this invitation is sent by 2. I will do it manually for now, but this will be there. So this should not be shown to this particular user. So I will just refresh this one. So this will not be shown. So likewise, if there is particular notation sent by some other businesses that will not be shown here. So you have to be careful whenever you are adding other data and all these things. We will have to add this business scope, so only the data added to by that business and business data will be shown. Other data should not be shown, and like these things.